Would you trust a headphone brand which said sound by Bose but is not actually made by Bose? And what if the headphones cost less than $150? Well, I probably wouldn't, but I tried them anyway, partly because these ones are a perfect match for my hat. When I heard about these, I had two major thoughts. The first one was, what does sound by Bose actually mean? It turns out, in a nutshell, the Basis team, who make the hardware, have worked with Bose's legendary audio engineers to fine-tune the sound in these to give that classic Bose detail, depth, and clarity in every single note. And Bose are, of course, really well known for their sound, which is why they're some of the best and most expensive audio devices that you can buy. My second thought was, well, if these really have a Bose-tuned sound at a third of the Bose price, that's kind of insane. Well, curiosity got the better of me, so over the past few weeks I've been testing out both the XC1 open-ear buds and their flagship XH1 over-ear headphones. And yeah, I've got some thoughts. We're going to look at design, audio performance, and features, as well as who each of these might be best for. Let's get into it. A big thank you, by the way, to Basis for sending these out for me to try out. We're going to start with the XC1. These are Basis's brand new open earbuds. So think of these a bit like the anti-AirPods. They don't plug into your ear. They sort of sit inside it, meaning you can still hear your surroundings, and also people still can't hear what you're listening to. These are really perfect for people like me who can't seem to keep earbuds in, or who need to be more aware of their surroundings rather than stuck in a noise isolated bubble all the time. The design's really slick. You can choose from either a starlight color like an off-white or cosmic black. They are feather light and they don't squeeze your ears like some other clip-ons that I've tried tend to do. I've actually been really surprised by how these feel on your ears. They're incredibly light, but they do a really good job staying in if you're running or moving around. I tried really hard to make them fall off, but yeah, they just didn't budge at all. They're also IP66 rated for water resistance, so if you happen to be using these as gym headphones or out in the rain, yeah, you're absolutely good to go. They come in this compact charging case, which is also super lightweight. The entire package weighs just 55 grams, and each ear clip is just 7 grams. Next up, we have the XH1s. These are your full-on over-ear travel companion kind of headphones. These pads are super plush. They're squishy protein leather materials. You get the same up on the headband with a titanium finish frame that folds flat for very easy transportation. Color-wise, you can choose from starlight, blue, black, or orange. Whichever color you go with, they look really premium. They're almost suspiciously premium for something that is under $150. Now, if you're a big fan of buttons rather than touch controls, you'll be happy with these. You're going to get dedicated buttons that can control volume, track selection, toggle noise cancellation or transparency, and also switch on Dolby Audio. And these are all really easy to access when you're wearing the headphones. You also get a really nice slim travel hard shell case. There's nothing too bulky here if you're packing them for commuting or for a long flight. Now, I'm probably at the risk of overstressing this point, but honestly, both models look and feel like they cost twice what they do, and that's before you even switch them on. Let's see how they sound. Now, starting with the XC1s, these are surprisingly balanced for an open-ear design. I'm coming from like daily use of Apple's AirPods Pro Gen 2, and these really made me rethink how much I needed that in-ear design. Every time I put my AirPods back in, I've been really conscious of that kind of underwater feel that you get from having in-ear buds in for prolonged periods through the day. These clip-on options still give me really good quality audio, but the comfort is on a completely different level. The compromise with these is that you're not going to get window rattling bass for EDM and hip-hop tracks, but you are going to get a nice airy natural sound profile that's absolutely perfect for podcasts, taking calls, classic rock tracks, and just generally being more aware of what's going on around you. The transparency with these is, well, pretty literal because there's no seal. You can both hear what your headphones are playing as well as what's happening in your environment. I don't really think these ones are designed for audiophiles. They're more designed for everyday comfort and awareness, and that might be especially important for people who just can't get their in-ears to stay in. I wore these for an all-day studio session the other day, and I kept forgetting that they were in. Let's get on to the over-ear XH1s, and this is really where Basis starts showing off. These ones have something called Super Bass 3.0, which sounds like a new Nicki Minaj song, but actually does really deliver clean, deep, low end. The bass on these is really punchy without ever being mushy. Vocals are really clear, mids and the high end also sound great. Now, my usual test track for headphones is the live version of Hotel California by by the Eagles, and I tell you, with the Dolby spatial audio switched on, combined with the high fidelity sound that I'm getting with my Apple Music, yeah, this track sounds phenomenal. You can almost feel the crowd on the track, and every little scratch of the guitars in the intro before those big bass drums kick in. I try a lot of headphones and these have had me really impressed. As for ANC, it's surprisingly decent for the money. The 4 layers of noise cancellation will kill off any fan noise, traffic hum, and most background chatter if, like me, you're a bit of a coffee shop warrior. Don't be expecting Bose quiet comfort levels of silence, but for this price, you will be shocked how well they isolate sound and also keep you free from distractions. Now, I tested these out on a busy street and they actually did a better job isolating the noise than my AirPods Pro, and those cost over $100 more. Now, for wireless stability, both of these use Bluetooth 5.3. I found that's a really solid connection. I've not had any random dropouts. Plus, you can always connect the XH1s via the included cable if you want completely zero latency. Both models are designed to pair with the Basis app. In the app, you can do things like tweaking the EQ presets, you can update the firmware on the devices and also toggle noise cancellation or transparency on the XH1s if you don't fancy using those buttons. And yep, they both charge via USB-C. Speaking of charging, battery life is where things get quite interesting. The XC1s give you around 8 hours per charge, that's 40 with the case, perfect for commuters or kind of medium length journeys, or in my case, a full day of desk work. The XH1s, on the other hand, 100 hours. That's basically your entire Spotify rap playlist on a single charge. Now, if you care about awareness, comfort, and you don't need that room-thumping bass, the XC1s are an awesome everyday option. They're also really unusual, and they are sure to attract attention if you're looking to stand out from the crowds of white, in-ear buds wearers on your commute. But if you want that cinematic, bass-heavy, noise-cancelled cocoon for really immersive films, concentrating at work, or travel, yeah, I'd recommend picking up the XH1s. So folks, I think Basis has pulled quite a cheeky little stunt here. With these, you're getting 80% of the Bose experience for about 30% of the price. Now, I'm not the best at maths, but that does seem like a really good deal. The build, the sound quality, and all the features, none of this feels like budget gear. If I'm being pushed though, the only catch I think is that the ecosystem is just a bit confusing to work out. There's lots of very similar sounding names, not enough clear guidance to differentiate which product is which. But hey, I suppose that's why videos like this exist, right? Or if you want to check out current prices or pick one up, I've left some links down below. And if you'd like to see me compare these directly to some of Sony's cans or maybe the Nothing Ear 3s, just hit the like button and let me know in the comments. See you next time, folks.